Hello Leo, and welcome to your December reading with kind of like sign off for this year, and sort of like I'm going to finish it with the lift off for the next year, so you kind of have some kind of concept. So let's start. You're going to be one of the signs that is going to be greatly affected with this great conjunction that is happening on the 21st, on the basically winter solstice. And if you didn't listen to my video, it's going to be provided at the end of it, so make sure you watch it because it's going to be important. You are affected because you are fixed signs, so fixed signs are affected whenever some big change is happening. So but let's see what's happening for you this month. Whoa, you have the world. The world is yours. I don't know, what better description would be. It's one of my karma cards. It's the best one. The kitty is absolutely having the sense of wonder and beauty, and this is absolutely amazing entry, right? Remember the great conjunction, which is like Saturn and Jupiter kind of like coming, basically almost overlapping from our viewpoint, happening once every 20 years. And once every 200 years they actually switch elements, with exemption that was in Libra in the 80s, and it was like whole kind of like bunch of collapses and financial things. So now we are kind of like in a similar way. We are moving and we are going through basically 0 degrees Aquarius. Aquarius is the opposite sign of yours. And even though it's the opposite, you might think, okay, well, I'm just going to turn like black to white and so on and so forth. No, it's actually connected. It's like a straw, right? It's on the other side. So yes, it might move in the opposite direction, but technically it's moving together. This is like a teeter-totter, and you kind of like need to do it kind of like jointly. It's going to be for you desire to kind of like have a maybe next phase with this card being down. For sure, Ace of Fire. You probably did put some things on the back burner, as these things might come through, or you're going to start feeling very encouraged to kind of like move in that new direction. You will kind of like have, this is about relationships for you this month, especially relationships with people who are very close to you, not kind of a distant things, not kind of a co-worker. It's simply kind of like maybe you're going to be going from this like huge generosity and being super reliable as you are as a fixed sign, to maybe a little bit Aquarian like unconventional kind of a thing, right? So we can see this switch happening. So it's almost like this could actually mean you're coming back with some old relationship that now you're looking back into, maybe that didn't fit your style at that time, or simply kind of like revisiting some of your old new activities and some old activities that you're making them into new. Be very careful not to wear yourself out. Like the kitty is sleeping in a field of lavender. Lavender is going to be something that you need to use if you have insomnia or any problem sleeping. That will be actually really helping. Four of Skies is also talking about gratitude and giving thanks for things that we do have. It's no matter who you are, nobody's like really on the bottom. It's one of those things like that no two situations are comparable. People can have everything and yet feel miserable, and people may have nothing and be happy. And this is kind of like one of those times where you kind of like really need to pull in and kind of like give your thanks, because that's also going to give you energy going forward. Earth King. Some of you have been feeling strongly inclined toward relationships, in just coming to kind of like this whole big conclusion of a year. Maybe that was the key and theme for 2020. Earth King is usually kind of like marriage inclination or something very, very serious, and maybe somebody did come forward that would fit those big shoes, either like perfect wife, or perfect husband, or at least your idea of this person is fully formed if this person still doesn't exist. But it means there's like some kind of germination of that energy that you were sending to the universe, like that took place, and now it can happen. Then you're having 10 of Earth. Like, oh my gosh, like there is going to be a month of luxury. the month of celebration. Ten of Earth is actually a very complex card. Maybe I shouldn't take it that easily, right? Even though it does talk about family get together, like duh, of course, right? You probably will be one of these people who will just break the rules of isolation, and you'll say, you know what, family means so much to me. But at the same time, kind of going into this kind of family structure, what is going to, as you can see, they're not necessarily sitting at the same table. They're all having their own kind of like pods, and almost like maybe you'll be closer with a sibling than maybe to a parent, even though we have, looks like a mother and a kitten here together, and here is a couple, but like some of them are just like on their own. Keep in mind that this is also a card of inheritances or legacies and kind of like things like that coming into our lives. And then we have poo, like it's not raining, it's pouring over here. You have also 10 of Sea, and that one is clearer. It's not like 10 of Earth, and doesn't have all these layers of complexity. So here they are all together. There it is. There is like kind of like setup. Again, it's reinforcing the theme. Maybe you want somebody special versus like you're surrounded with lots of people and you feel and hear lots of things that sometimes even maybe tires you out. But at the same time, maybe there's like somebody either special that you want, or maybe you want to go on your own and your own way, kind of like to do things. And there it is. That's confirmation. You have Fire Tom. Somebody might be, if you're single and you want for somebody come your way, it's going to be sexy. It's going to be interesting. This person could be a little bit of fiery. This could represent you guys as well, where you're kind of like inquisitive. You're trying different things, right? It's kind of interesting because all of these fire cards or wands cards, like, I mean, they have their tail catching on a fire, which means kind of like you jump into things without thinking through, and you're really kind of like challenging yourself, kind of like issuing yourself some kind of like new directives, if you wish. And that's kind of like where I see things being revived for you in one way or another. It's actually really lovely, as much, and I don't know if you can see it here, maybe you're not paying attention to it. There's like this kind of like glare of the sun, and here we have like the moon. And when the sun and the moon appear, it doesn't have to necessarily appear as the cards itself. This means a big success. That means something is being set up that is really, really proper, and you got your, like, I mean, Porsche or Mercedes, something of that kind. And there goes. My little prop deers are kind of like getting a little bit excited, or I'm getting excited. So this is your environment. I think because this is an ace, and maybe you kind of like winked at somebody and somebody's wondering what to do. Maybe you're in that state of flux, and maybe this kind of like can describe the kind of like family events and gatherings and being a little bit exhausted, kind of like where does the wind blow. It's almost like it's going toward west. So I don't know, like, this is literally going to be helping you with the direction if you kind of like really still want to meet somebody, because west is sort of like, okay, time to sleep, the sun sets in west, and so on and so forth. Here with Two of Fire, this is kind of like this directive where you're kind of like making the last minute calculations about the new ventures and new adventures, but this is falling in the category of the environment. So it could be somebody who is undecisive about the direction to take, right? Again, this could be you, and it could be you attracting fire signs as well, but there is somebody who is still maybe not coming through, even though I think there is like some possibility of connection. And you have like a now 8 of Earth over here, which is mirroring another Earth card. So this talks about skills. This is clearly talking about a motherhood. Maybe, you know, there's like some kind of preparation in your own head going on. Maybe there's like simply lots of kids around you in this particular kind of era. And clearly this is also saying like you need to kind of get all of your kind of like I dotted and T crossed. Be kind of like careful to look in the details, as those details will be very, very important, especially with this kind of like very fluent, or rather say fluid cards, as they don't have a firm ground like this Earth King. He's like standing very, very strong, like remember that Chicago Bull, but this is less of the sword. It's very kind of like it can change in a moment. So kind of like if you're going in a contract or arrangement or something of that sort, check the details, as it's going to be important later. Ta-da! There is somebody showing up. You're getting this emotional ability and emotional quality to feel emotionally fulfilled, and this is going to come to you as a surprise, because it almost like it's going to jump on you. You will be looking in one direction, and this will be happening from completely different direction. I just want to check one card over here, this Two of Fire. Oops. And you got two cards. And you got Home and you got Messenger. Well, take it literally, like, you know, somebody might be just arriving to your door. Maybe you might receive some package, but this also could, home to me, it has a metaphorical meaning. Are all the people you're feeling connected to, right? All kind of like family and friends and close people, co-worker that you're close to, and maybe there's like something going on. Maybe somebody is anticipating sending something. Maybe you will hear about somebody trying to send something, because the messenger generally means that this person is thinking of you or thinking about going in a direction toward you. I'm not so sure if this is going to happen before the 21st. Oh, let's not forget, December 14th is eclipse in Sagittarius. Important, right? That's where this kind of like switch really happens. For you, I can see 14 showing up, 10 and 4. 10 and 4. It's kind of like really announcing this arrival of some kind of like swords, right? And here we have a 10 and 4. So there are combinations that are happening on different kind of like things. So that means that around the 14th, for you, I guess plus minus, I would say 2 days in your case, it's going to be some kind of like a breakthrough of some sort. There's going to be some kind of clarity. And then you'll be ramping up to the great conjunction on the 21st, because you're going to start feeling it. It's going to maybe be interpreted initially as a nervousness, because this is pulling us in two kind of different ways, but it's going to be all good. So let me see. You got Magic Prayer over here. So let's see what is this all about, guys. And don't forget to check this great conjunction video. So let me read this for you, my dear Leo. And this is what it says. Look at what a lovely card that is. Speak your prayers, listen for the answers, and act in faith. When you see the Magic Prayer card, it's a reminder that your prayers will be answered. Spirit is always waiting to help you and to heal you when you're in need. That said, the best prayer is, Thy will be done through me, Thy will and not mine be done. Conscious contact with your higher power is achieved through the ritual of prayer and meditation. Speak and listen to the divine force within the field of creation. Surrender your wishes and desires to Spirit. You may not get what you want, but you will get surely what you need. Your destiny awaits you. As long as you keep in conscious contact with your higher power, be assured that you are on the right path. So it was like check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark. Like this freaking whole reading was confirm it to them, confirm it to them, confirm it to them, confirm it to them. This really tells me that probably you're really coming into this month with doubting yourself. This great conjunction is a big structure that is going to be happening, right? For you, it's going to be reclaiming yourself, getting that authenticity out. Maybe you will need to feel more on your own. Maybe you're going to feel that even if you're somebody, that you have to feel really powerful in that relationship, really that Leo or Lioness. So very, very important. So guys, if you want a reading from me, check me out in cattarot.ca. Also, if you're my past client, then you will be able to get an annual reading from me. Unfortunately, I can't take the for that reading in particular, new clients, my apologies, but get any other reading, and then you're going to be qualified next time around. And I'm going to have the next round of annual readings in about 3 months when I clear everything that I have. So my website is cattarot.ca. Check me out for any needs. My information is down in the description. And also, guys, if you are part of my email list, or if you are part of my social media, then you'll be getting like an extra video release with a little bit of tidbits for 2021, which will be helpful. So don't forget to kind of like join in, or kind of like even subscribe when you kind of like get also once a month probably extra information from me. So that's it. Stay tuned, because you still should check on this great conjunction kind of like video, because it's going to help you. And guys, happy new year, merry Christmas, happy holidays, all of you. You know that I love you. You're one of my favorite signs, and I have Moon in Leo. I totally feel what you feel, and things are changing in a big positive way. Love you.